Yo ho ho! What's going on, guys? This is Grim Reaper bringing you, I guess, the first official polls. So, as you guys have noticed, we've been doing the poll questions on YouTube for a lot more often. So I'm gonna try to incorporate that into not only a week, but probably even like 2 week, 3 week, however much we get done in a week, however many votes we get. The more votes that we get, the more we'll do. And then our Patreon will also be involved with this too. So if you want to support us on Patreon and donate $1, then you'll be able to have your question or your comment. That's what it is, because most of the comments are here. Have your comment read guaranteed up front. But let's just get started for today. So the argument and discussion for today is: could Orochi stop the meteor? No. 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 Hell no. Apparently, you guys almost unanimously think otherwise. Out of 148 niggas, and the poll's still up. If you guys want to address the poll right now, if you guys want to add to the poll right now, I might even update it or get another image or another screenshot halfway in the video towards the end of the video so we can update it mid-video. So if you guys want to add to that poll, go ahead and check that out right now. But as right now, this is what you guys are saying. 87% are saying that, yes, Orochi could have stopped. I just can't agree with it. So let's see what the reasoning is. All right, so first we got Noah Canedo. He says Genos thought that Goketsu was stronger than Saitama. That clearly destroyed the meteor. He was wrong, so that's off base. So since Orochi being leagues above Goketsu even admitting that he has no chance against the Monster King, Orochi shit stomps the meteor. What the fuck, bro? No, I kind of get what you're saying. That like, if that's the assumption, and he has some strength behind it to get that, what the fuck? But how does Goketsu have a relation to the thing? Like, it doesn't. There's no relation there. Like, you're not connecting the meteor to actually Orochi. Like, Goketsu isn't connected to the meteor either. Like, the only thing connecting the meteor and Orochi or Goketsu is Genos. And then you're not connecting Genos with Orochi. So there's no connection there. It's not. That's why I was like, what the fuck? Like, there's no connection there. Yeah. You're not connecting like the meteor's destructiveness. Genos is like big ass cannon that failed up against it, and the display of Orochi. Like, you haven't brought that up at all. Greek god. But niggas got what you were saying though. Remember, I'm the one that's arguing against you. I'm the one that's with the 10% though, my nigga, Noah. So obviously, it's niggas that supporting what you're saying. So, Greek God 24. Oh boy, Greek is one of our patrons and shit like that. He says Orochi body in the meteor, creditless as fuck. That shit busted to a normal punch. Couldn't even come back. Orochi would never. Do you hear this? Do you hear this? All right. So first, I like the way that he's pushing the narrative forward. This is the assumption that if Orochi gets hit by the meteor, he's done. Because he is. If Orochi gets hit by the meteor, he's done. It just isn't fucking a normal punch. It's not that. The normal punch didn't fucking destroy the rest of the fucking, like, the walls of the underground facility. It didn't do any of that. Like, he just punched through him, broke his fucking neck, his head, destroyed all that, and then just ended that boy. But the meteor, bro, we got evidence. Matter of fact, the same individual that Noah was claiming had weight. He was claiming the credibility of Genos' statements. We're gonna claim that too. Genos himself said that not only was the meteor gonna take out Z City, but the surrounding cities. The definition of a dragon is the ability to threaten cities, and this is like the only one who's doing it with a single attack. Because the Dark Matter Thief ship didn't do that. Boros did though. Yeah. Boros was about to threaten multiple cities, and the Saitama's counterpunch actually like cleared out the entire ocean and the air above it. Like, he was destructive as hell. We saw what he was going to do in contrast, and how much force you needed to overwhelm the amount of force that Boros was putting out there. It's what was necessary. the Meteor comparable, bro. The Meteor even more, according to Genos, like Noah was saying. So if 10 niggas is agreeing with Noah because of Genos' credibility, then we gotta continue with the credibility of Genos right now, bro. Genos said that the Meteor is not only gonna take out the entirety of the Z City if it hit, but also the surrounding cities. So Orochi's not tanking that. He's not. That's several more times than a normal punch, man. Several more, bro. That's almost a serious punch, man. That's low key a serious punch. That's low key a serious punch. So the durability of the Meteor does not correlate with the destructiveness it will cause if it hits. I'll put it just like that. Moving down on to Shank X. Hold on, let me make sure the stream good and everything. All right, Gucci Lou. All right, bet. We in there. Then it says, Spectre A. He says, the Meteor wish it had. The Meteor wish it had stayed in space. Oh, no. Shanks, my bad. Yeah, but Spectre, you're right. You're right. It's like, yeah, it is. All right. So Shanks says, with the amount he did in his initial, I would say probably, but remember, he was going to unleash an even more powerful one before Saitama killed him. What do you mean he was going to? He did. He unleashed it, man. And Saitama just flew right through it. It's one of the things I'm still mad about, that we haven't seen the full destructiveness of that attack, where it was all his tentacles, his remaining hand and stuff. His chest opened up and shit too. Like, his chest looked bigger than like his hand came to form. So like, you would think it'd be a more destructive attack, and we'd see it, but we didn't see it as of yet. I'm assuming that we may see it in like the rub of another fight, but that's yet to be seen, because we saw the floor and he was pointing towards the floor when he did it. So yeah, when you say with the amount he did in his initial, I would say probably. That's the part where I can agree. There's panel support, and we'll address those in a second. Shit, all right. But shout out to Spectre A, you already know. Big facts. The Water Street Rock smashing, or Water Street Rock smash that bitch. Yeah. Bang thought he was gonna come out there and just Water Street that bitch, but nah, he was gonna die. Bang was gonna die. We got your boy Grim really be nah, bro, been facts. All right, here goes Z Gamer. All right. So he says, the Meteor is dragon. Orochi's above dragon. What? What does that even mean, man? That's not in the manga. It's as simple as that in this series. He would smash it, no problem. Presenting no facts. Let me see. Because I'm not so sure Tatsumaki was on the Meteor. Genos and Metal Knight were demon at the time. So it's obvious that they couldn't do anything. Crazy as hell. Crazy as hell if you think a demon could do what Genos or a Metal Knight did. Crazy as hell. There are dragons now. That are not thinking what those boys did back then. And I'm mad. This is why I claim that Genos' destructiveness is crazy. And if you're dealing with it, you're crazy. You're crazy. No demon throughout the time period when no demon was dealing with Genos. Even during like the cockroach and face ripper time periods or whatever. Like none of them were really taking the attacks head on. And if they were, it was like shorted attacks or like not beam attacks, but like explosive attack, like an explosive bomb. He wasn't throwing like beam cannons at motherfuckers. Like a face ripper, for example. He blocked one, but it was like a ball type attack. It wasn't like a straight. It was kind of like a beam. All right, it was one. That's Face Ripper though. It's just one guy, and that's fine. It's Face Ripper because he's a Face Ripper. 2 blades. He's gonna do that thing for me. He damn near beat Genos. He fucked up his arm and shit like that. So we know Face Ripper's strong as fuck. But in the context, in the context of what we're talking about, the Genos' destructiveness and his beams shit like that. He's top of the line. He's always been there. He's always been putting in that work. And to say that Genos and Metal Knight were a demon at this point, when we have panels to prove otherwise, when we can show that no other demons are either taking those types of attacks or even producing those types of attacks, that most dragons aren't taking or producing those types of attacks. It's not an argument, bro. That's wrong, bro. They're not demons. So that they couldn't. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here, you gamer. Hop in the Discord if you got more to say, bro. You crazy, bro. We have to stop these terrorists, bro. We have to stop these terrorists, bro. These terrorist attacks are unacceptable. What is the point of this? We're like, I don't know what. Fucking terrorists, bro. Kageyama says that Meteor gonna TKO Orochi in one round. You already know. That's the sound of Orochi's cheeks being clapped. Alright. Here go Garou, the type of guy. He says, hello. Because Metal Knight's missiles were. Hold up, bro. This nigga chooses now to drink water, bro. This nigga, man. Alright, bro. Because Metal Knight missiles didn't do anything to the meteor. That don't mean too much. What the fuck? Why does it not mean much? Like, yes, it does mean much. This is Metal Knight. The nigga people have been hyping up for a long ass time. He's putting all that work. He's been showing off shit. And the panel of his destructiveness in that attack was crazy. What do you mean it doesn't mean much? Watch his love stream. What does that mean? It's hella good. And by the way, the super Alabazuka would smash the meteor. So Garou would smash the meteor? Guaranteed, bro. Metal Knight's one robot and missiles on the robot are for demons only. What? What is this? Stop it! Didn't do shit to the meteors because the meteor's a fucking tank, bro. It's a tank. Relax, man. Didn't do shit to the meteor and didn't do shit to EC. Of course, because EC is the definition of a tank. He's the tankiest tank that we have, aside from Rover, arguably. Case closed. Love you, Grim. Joining Discord soon. You better join Discord soon because you getting clapped, bro. You getting clapped, bro. That's creditless as hell, bro. All right, let's address some of these particular factualities and shit like that. Hold on, we gotta lift up the this one punch disclaimer right here. Let them niggas know that, like, you know, we're not here trying to offer up a different viewing for that shit. You know, we're not like, this isn't a different option for them niggas. You still gotta go to the fucking Shueisha and watch they shit. Got here, bro. It's America, nigga. Anybody trying to steal your shit, bro? This is yours. We're just trying to admire it, discuss it, contemplate over it. So let's begin. Alright, so first, this is what the meteor's looking like in somewhat proximity, you know. It's already in the vicinity of Earth. It's not too far out. It's already past the moon and shit. It's coming. And this is an emergency evacuation. This is a disaster level dragon. Declaration right there. Dragon declaration for the meteor. And it's not even that far away. Already talking about demon shit like that. The argument wasn't brought up anybody in the comment section that the dragon was a demon or whatever, but whatever. Here's the next statement of factuality, my nigga. What I was mentioning before, Genos literally says it's not only Z City that would be wiped out. And look at the depiction of Genos' prediction. If we're gonna take the credibility of Noah saying that, oh, Genos thought the Goketsu was everything, that's strong to say time and shit like that. If we're gonna take that as a marker, as a signifier, maybe not of truth, but to signify what a justification of strength may be, a minimal level, an approximation, if we put it like that. And this is just the same thing. This is an approximation, a justification. You know, it's not exactly accurate, but it's pretty head on. That multiple cities will be taken out by this. This is one of the highest threats we have. With a single attacker threatening to take out multiple cities, niggas aren't doing that. Rover isn't doing that. Orochi's doing that. Tatsumaki hasn't shown to be able to do that. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? The only people that are threatening multiple cities at the same time with a single attack are the highest of individuals. Boros. This has to be the one right underneath it. Even Dark Matter Thief ship was only threatening one. Only leveled out a city, and that's it. The entirety of it. But that's it. And even when the meteor was destroyed, it still fucked over a lot of Z City. So, case in point. The meteor is technically an above dragon threat. So somebody who said something about the meteor being a dragon and Orochi being above dragon, so case closed. Right there. As close as to above dragon as you can get. Taking out multiple cities with one strike. As close as you can get to that. Here's the individuals who are claiming the impotency of Metal Knight's attack. That it was a demon level assault. There are no demons that were doing this. Outside of the exception, we'll give you 100 Eyes. 100 Eyes would do this. 100 Eyes did do this. 100 Eyes could do this. in a single just bout out. Not even in a single bout out. In this destruction of this. No, not even that. Nah, because this isn't destroying an entire city. I don't think you take out the entire city. But it's 100 hours would probably do as much as that. And that's a top-notch abnormality. A special trait of size and destructiveness. The more concrete that he eats, the larger he gets, the more destruction that he could cause just by moving around. That's the emphasis of these large-ass creatures, including Inner Centipede. That's what they're there for, to move around and destroy things just by being large. So, look at here. Hold on. This is it. Look at that. That looks like an apocalyptic event, my nigga. An apocalyptic event, bitch. Tell me this is less than that. Like, what are we really talking about? What are we really talking about? This is a demon could do this? A demon can make the clouds look like that? No, bruh. It's not happening, bruh. Chose throwing Chose's thing up didn't clear out the sky like this, bruh. It was more like Genos' jet arrow. Remember when Genos went into the jet arrow drive or whatever, and he came down to EC to hit him in the tooth or whatever? It cleared out the clouds exactly like that. It was exactly just like the Chose attack. That's what it was like. Not this. This is craziness. This is immense destruction. Metal Knight's attack was not some demon level assault meant for demons, insignificant thing. It was a very, very, very powerful attack. This is stronger than what he did towards Elder Centipede. The test that he had on Elder Centipede, the assault he did on Elder Centipede was weaker than the weapons test he did right now. This is a real weapons test. An official setup weapons test. Destructive as fuck. Do not claim it's some demon level assault. This is the aftermath of so it's a tank. Showing you the tank status. So Meta Knight does a dragon level attack, a strong dragon level attack, and there's a tank status above dragon level thing that just comes right through. Incredible. Then we get Genos right here to match it. Genos did an incredible job out here. The whole debacle about God himself, seeing Saitama in the picture of his head, and then incredible. Great job with his arms mode, bringing out the core, putting all of it into it. This is a great attack. If he produced this now, if he had the ability to do this now, he said he needed 5 seconds to charge it up. If he could do this now, he'd take out most guys. This nigga's like, bruh. It's Genos, bro. Oh. Alright. So just to show you like different angles, like different potencies, different depictions, because they're gonna tell you that this is Genos. They're gonna try to tell you that like because this character is at a certain level at the time that he can't produce high attacks. And we all know that individuals at a certain level can produce attacks of way higher potency. Gearsper, for example, he's not a dragon. He's not a high demon individual, but he can produce an attack that's 1 or 2 attacks that are at that level. We saw that, and that's not the case. That's the case for most individuals. They can produce high-level attacks, high-end attacks, stronger than what they normally can produce. This is Genos' end of that. This is how Genos does that. A single full cannon, ending it all, full power into it, incapacitated after attack. So let's stop doubting the visuals. Let's stop pretending that what's drawn isn't what's drawn. Let's stop adding our own context to it. Let's stop adding our own reality to shit when the picture's drawn pretty clearly right here. Here's the real part where we gotta look at, where we gotta have a conversation about. This is what it took to break through it. Look at the size of this in its entirety. In contrast to this. Like, I don't know how to like to properly explain it. Like, it's bigger than like if you look at the corners, like the edges of where like the meteor is, and you like go straight downward. Like, it's larger. It's as if like the meteor is actually closer to us, being drawn closer to us than it is the actual city. So I just want to describe it like the meteor is huge. It's not just 2-dimensional one side. Like it's going that way as well. Like behind it, there's also that length, the same length and distance that it is this way. The amount of of area of the city that's covering that way horizontally, it's doing that the other way horizontally, back and forth, left and right. How are you going to look at it three-dimensional? It's a three-dimensional thing. So think about it like that. It's ginormous. It's covering a lot of this shit. And I'm thinking like the contrast, like, because Orochi would be like the size of a building. like one of those skyscrapers where my mouse is right now. He'll be like that, like the size of that, in contrast to the meteor. And his attack is pretty destructive. This is what we'll get to the panels there before. First, I want to claim the credibility of like his beams. They're heat ones. If you look at the this is the residue from the blast, right? So it'll go through the ground and then it'll leave the heat residue. It didn't completely blast through it though. This is more of a concentrated beam. That being the instance, whenever they're drawn together and spun together, they do something like this. Something inconceivable. This is Orochi. This is the huge mass that's like 50 feet, some odd feet tall. It's that small. This is the rest of the association of flora or area that they're in. This is the size of the blast. This is ginormous. This blast radius has to be like 100 to 200 feet. We haven't seen things similar to that. The Emperor Nova is like half of this in terms of diameter of the explosion, because it was pretty big, but it was still somewhat relative to Brave Giant. It's just relative to Orochi, and it's still ginormous. Amazing what it was able to do, and because of that, it's probably like two skyscrapers, right? In size, the actual blast. Maybe like a skyscraper and a half, or two skyscrapers. It's gonna be hitting that. Here's the final portion. The display of what it's doing. So if you look in the background right there, as we pointed out, that's the city being lifted. Like, think the ground is literally like lifting like a carpet. Like, is it something where to run underneath a carpet and it's running all the way around there, or like all the way through or whatever, like a mouse or something like that, whatever, maybe some rodent or whatever. You see the indent? That's literally what it is. So imagine that, but on the earth as a city, like you're looking over and shit like that. You're driving on the highway and shit like that. Your highway's above sea level, and over the side you can see the downtown, because you're leaving downtown from work or whatever, and then you see downtown start lifting up. That's literally what's happening. That's crazy. It's crazy that they did that. So that's the argument. If, with all that being presented, with the visuals that we see in the panels, referencing the context of not only the meteor, but like Orochi's potency in the story, understanding that like this is Orochi like going ham, going all out up against Saitama, but not his absolute strongest attack, but him putting all into one of his attacks. Like, we have to get that instance out of there that like, just because it's not an individual's final attack doesn't mean he's not putting everything into the attack or everything into the fight. People want to believe that like a full power attack means that like, or whenever somebody's labeled as doing a full power attack, that they weren't using their full power throughout the rest of the fight. And that's not consistent or true. No, doesn't work. So that's what I want, the context that I want to add to that. If it's really true, if you guys really believe that Orochi could stop the meteor, maybe I could see it, but just the fact that like the meteor was going to be that destructive if it hit, the amount of things that we saw in contrast to it that were really destructive that didn't manage to do anything to it, the fact that it was that time that blasted through it, it gives a lot of weight to the meteor. But once again, I said the visuals for Orochi, they hold a lot of weight. They really do hold a lot of weight. So that being said, let me see if I can check the polls real fast. Without consequence. Probably should. I'll leave that for later. But with that being said, we'll end it right here. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, check out. My bad, bro. I'm blanking and shit. All right. Subscribe below if you want to see more of this kind of video and also more topics on One Punch Man and solo leveling. If you want to join the Discord to discuss this topic and either poll questions, influence the poll questions, or just debate on your opinion after you add your response to these, and just expand the community, come to the Discord below where we talk One Punch, solo leveling, One Piece, all kinds of shit all day long, all anime, everything all day long. That's where you can find me if you want to address me directly. I think that's about it. Yeah. Stay tuned. The chapter drops Friday. Yo ho!